Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Check it out. StarCraft 1 vs. StarCraft 2 is back in a big way because Top sent me some new replays. And up here in the top left, we've got TY. That's right, baby. One of the best Terran players in StarCraft 2, who is back to StarCraft 1, streaming and playing it full time, and he's been loving hopping on for this mod. He's going to be playing this best of 5 show match up against Dark. That's right, Dark from StarCraft 2 in the top right. So he's playing StarCraft 2 Zerg. TY is playing StarCraft 1 Terran. This is going to be fighting Spirit as the map. I'm not sure what other maps they're going to be playing in the series, but we'll find out as we go. So you can see on this version of the map, you do get 2 gases, but your minerals spawn with full minerals. So there's none of that Legacy of the Void, half minerals on some of the mineral patches. And we are going to be seeing a barracks with a supply depot wall off into a gas for our Terran TY. Dark, on the other hand, just going for a hatchery first build order. Now, my instincts tell me that StarCraft 2 pros should always win in this mod because they are just more practiced in this engine of the game. You're taking StarCraft 1 players, you're giving them similar units, but it's in a completely different engine. The strengths and the weaknesses of the units in StarCraft 1 are so tied to the engine that they're in. So even though they've got some super overpowered things like Irradiate on science vessels and stuff like that, getting there without falling way behind seems to me to be an almost impossible problem, right? Especially like StarCraft 2 Mutalisks, for instance, way better than StarCraft 1 Mutalisks. Like, you can control the map. And I think Dark, I expect him to get a third, get a fourth, get a fifth, and just kind of get out of control and overwhelm. And I'm curious to see like what you can do to stop that. Now, it's going to be a factory opening, so it does look like a mech build. We did see some really nice, during the original EVO show matches at GSL, there was, I think it was like a bunch of, was it TY? Someone kept doing a lot of Marine medic firebat timings, and it was actually quite hard to stop. It was like pretty damn scary, but I don't know, man. I feel like you go Roaches, they're going to beat just about anything, right? As Dark. Then again, big map, spread out third base. Roach play is not the best on this sort of map. We'll see how he goes. Link speed, nice and early for Dark. And I'm curious to see how this video goes, by the way, because a lot of you have really enjoyed the SC Evo show matches, and I think they've been really fun. And I'm really thinking, you know what, I've got a few other replays sitting around. Apparently Max Packs played some games, so let me know if you guys are keen to see those. Should I cast those Max Packs games? Obviously, I'll just look at the view count will be a big reason in terms of deciding, you know, what I focus on next for my content over the coming weeks. But if there's any particular content you guys are really excited for, please let me know. I know a lot of people are calling out for more Florencio files. I'll be casting some more replays of him soon that he's been sending me. Though he was on hiatus for a while and kind of, you know, rediscovering and refiguring things out. So it is what it is. And obviously he was a bit lower on ladder than he'd been for a while as well after his break. So didn't find it quite as many captivating games that he was able to send me. But there's a lot of other stuff that we've had requests for as well. So let me know in the comments about that, and I'll try to get the train going. I was sick for a week, so the content completely dried up across all my channels for a week, and that's kind of a bummer, especially when I just got back from Dallas and I was keen to get back to the grind. But anyway, Vulture Harass doesn't really find any damage so far. Creep is spreading outwards. Remember, Creep in StarCraft 2, massive. And look at that, yeah, Roach Horn second gas. Exactly what you want to see here. Looks like we're going to be going for, is that the Vulture upgrade? Yeah, Spider Mines. So he's going to go Spider Mines first on the Vultures, then he'll probably get speed. And I mean, the StarCraft 1 tanks are amazing, right? So, all right, one SCV is going to come out. I think Vultures do about 20 damage a shot, so it should just be 2 shots off Vultures to kill a Zergling. This Zergling's going to sneak around there. We've got a machine shop coming in on the second factory as well. 2 depots being built at once. This floating barracks in a kind of interesting position, just, I guess, maybe meant to scout the middle of the map to make sure the Zerg doesn't sneak that one up. Oh, Zergling sneaks in. Yeah, it is 20 damage from the Vulture per shot to light units. Meanwhile, Queens and Lings trying to defend the front. Ooh, you know what? Okay, he's just going to try and sacrifice it. Fair enough. Single Zerglings for Spider Mines is not very efficient, though, because Vultures can spawn 3 Spider Mines each. So these are not like Widow Mines or, like, you know, setting that off is going to be great. I think Queens can kill them without activating them. So, oh, he's trying to drag them onto the Vultures. Of course he is. That does seem like a very Dark thing to do. Oh, he managed to get 2 there. Oh, I didn't realize Spider Mines would kill other friendly Spider Mines. Oh, interesting. Here we go. So check it out. Okay, the Zergling's doing what they can. Only 37 drones for Dark right now, guys. He's kind of down a lot, 10 workers. I mean, we know Terran with mech is going to take a while to take a third, but is he just going all in? Ravagerling? He is. It's a big Ravagerling attack. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose any of these units to spider mines. See these vultures? Going to start layering these spider mines out front of the base. These vultures need to be pulling back right there. Oh, spider mine! No, doesn't quite manage to activate. The Ravager's really good at actually killing these before they manage to run forward because they only have 20 life. So spider mines actually go down really easily. Wow. You could bile them as well. Once you realize where they are, once you get them to half unburrow like that, this Ravagerling's going to be so hard to stop. Siege mode isn't quite done. Oh no, no siege mode. Okay, without siege mode, that's a big problem. But the Ravagers, oh, they're not quite in range. And oh, the tanks! Is it enough though? Is it enough with the siege tanks and the 2 vultures to defend? 2 tanks have gone down. The vultures have gone down. Bile's starting to land. The tanks not doing nearly as much damage to these non-armored units as they do to armored. And that Ravager with the last shot manages to take it out. Dark here with a vicious Ravager-ling timing. I was like, man, why is he so far behind in workers? I think we know why. It's because he's just jamming it in with mass Ravager-ling SCVs trying to hold the line. These are StarCraft 1 SCVs that are very tanky, 60 hit points, but there's just not enough firepower there. He had a 3rd command center up. TY is going to be kicking himself. Maybe should have had a bunker. Why float the barracks away? If he had like a full bunker or something to support that with mass repair, or if his siege mode was done just 5 seconds earlier, you can imagine how much better that would have been if those tanks were sieged when the fight first started. Either way, though, great win for map 1 for Dark. All right, well, that was kind of rough for TY, but... Oh, they're race switching! Or game switching, I should say. Okay, so now TY is playing StarCraft 2 Terran, and Dark's playing StarCraft 1 Zerg. Oh, very cool. Okay, awesome. So, I mean, this makes sense that you know... TY should be favored here pretty hard. Is he? I mean, he's pretty good. Even though he said he's retired and his last GSL was the last one he'll play because he's focusing on streaming and playing StarCraft 1, but I still feel like he looked really good. Like he had some amazing moments in his gameplay. So he's still a top tier player. Maybe in the lower ranked of the Korean pro gamers in terms of like the active players, in terms of like maybe he's like top 20 Korean in the world. He's still an absolutely high-level StarCraft 2 pro gamer. So we'll see what he can bring out. We'll see what Dark does to deal with it. Now, StarCraft 1 Zerg does struggle a little bit dealing with the early Reaper aggression, but your drones mine very fast. You can see their acceleration of StarCraft 1, guys, is much faster. So, you know, you can actually do okay with the early mining, even though you don't have queens for injecting. And normally you want to get a hatchery up very fast. So... you know, you want to go straight for that macro hatchery or that 3rd base. If it's heavy Reaper aggression, you often go for sunken crawlers. Get a sunken colony there. You can probably block this just with Zerglings since it's such a narrow jump up path. And this is a blind Reaper expand for TY. TY is going to go command center on the natural there. I like that they're switching it up. I thought this was all going to be StarCraft 1 Terran versus StarCraft 2 Zerg, but that's actually kind of cool. They changed it up. Now, because you don't spend money on queens, that's why you build the 3rd hatchery here, guys. And he's going to try and go for ling speed in the near future as well. He's going to build just 2 Zerglings to start out. I actually think you can get these lings out of the base before the Reaper comes out. So if he sends them straight out, goes out to the left, he could go across and try to kill that SCV. Already sending a drone out for a 4th base. Dark knows. He knows how to... yeah, he's clearly played this mod a fair bit now. That's exactly what you want to do. Very quick 4-base opening is the way to go. Actually, droning these bases up is obviously a lot harder, but at least getting them down so that they can start producing more lava for the future is massive. And hey, if you win a fight, you shut down some early game harassment, bam, 4 mineral lines going is pretty sick. Nice extractor trick there to save that drone. Reaper's going to dance away. Dude, I love the little spiky tails the StarCraft 1 Zerglings have. They actually look so funny. In general, the StarCraft 1 units are a little bit more anorexic. StarCraft 2 units are a bit more chunky. Something we've kind of seen in general, I guess, with just the design of units in a lot of games over the years. Right? If you look at like Age of Empires 2, look at Age of Empires 4, the units are much chunkier. StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2, much chunkier. Bigger shoulder pads. Reaper. Man, this Reaper's being so annoying. Dark's micro's been really good, but link speed's still not here. Oh, he finally gets a drone. Good snipe. Good snipe there. Dude, this is irritating. I mean, he hasn't killed that many Zerglings, but still, finally Ling Speed's about to kick in, and that Reaper has to leave. Unless the Lings decide to just run across the map. I guess he's just trying to block him from jumping down. Fair enough. Reaper finally falls. Behind this, we've got 2 barracks into factory. Oh, okay, so he's going to try and defend with Marines. He needs those Marines to be solid on the ramp. They are not solid on the ramp. Lings could wrap around the left side. That being said, it's not that many Zerglings. We saw in his show matches that Dark gets way too aggressive with his Zerglings because he loves the power of the StarCraft 1 Zergling, but you can't just, force your way into Marines when they're like that. It will not work. Seems to have learned that lesson. Man, that Ghost River match was such a bummer, wasn't it? It looked like he was winning that one, and then he just tried to fight Mass Marine inside a mineral line with like 50 Zerglings and just got them all killed and died to the counterattack. He was way ahead before that point as well. 1-1 upgrades coming in really early here. Dark loves the Mass Zergling, as I said. Now, I really feel Lurkers, the StarCraft 1 Lurker, is like one of the best tools to take care of StarCraft 2 Terran and Terran in general. Yes, it takes a little bit to get going. Yes, they take a little while to morph, but man, they're so good. They're like 8 range. They have so much damage, and they're so accessible. Like, it's so early in the tech tree, you can have those Hydras ready to morph. Natural saturated, but only barely. 3rd base only has a few workers on it. 4th base has a few. So he's got to be careful. His main's down to only 12 drones. I do kind of feel like Dark's got to make sure, like, yeah, you're massing Zerglings, but you got to be careful. No, this is what I'm talking about. He's so over-eager to fight with these Zerglings that it's actually a big problem. Dark needs to chill out a little bit, man. First 2 medevacs coming out right now. The 2-on-1 build. 5 depots building at once. I think TY is just like, screw this. I need a wall off, man. Fair enough. The drop will move out. Dark, is he going to see it? He should see it. Yes, he does. All right, so he spots the drop coming. He's going to chase that one back to his side of the map. He's already taking a 6th base. Oh, man, what the hell? 14, 18 more Zerglings building. His own 1-1 upgrades will be done very soon. Oh, Lings will take that fight. You know Dark will. But actually, no, he backs away. A rare moment of patience from the Korean Zerg player. Those 1-1 upgrades going to be ready in time for this drop, though, man. That is a very fast 1-1. He's already building the Queen's Nest as well. I think he just wants to use the slow ability. Apparently is very effective. Oh, watch out. He could drop in the gap. He's going to drop on the high ground. Nope. Ends up going for the low ground drop. The Lings are happy to fight there, though. Oh, the Ling damage is high, but the Marine firepower is pretty darn good. Oh, no. Oh, it's so many Marines just barely alive on the red. Oh, and that sunken or spore. It's actually a spore he's trying to make there. Will not be able to get up. Yes, it will. Does get the spore colony up. Only kills like 10 Marines there. That was a very good trade for TY. Better than 2-to-1 efficiency. He's now got Hellbats, knowing that Dark is just not building Lurkers. This is another reason this style's very vulnerable. Does he have enough Lings to surround it? Nice angle from Dark. Is it going to be enough to kill it, though? The answer is yes. Yes, apparently it is, guys. The power of 1-1 StarCraft 1 Zerglings. Absolute psychopath. I'd love him to be counterattacking right now, but it's only a 2-base Terran, so it's very hard to get in. 3rd command center is there. 3 more barracks are building. And where's the tech transition, man? He's going Hive. He's just trying to go straight to Ultras and Defilers. This is so greedy from Dark. I'm telling you, man, the Hydras themselves aren't good, but if you get out a couple Lurkers, it is a game changer. Even 1 or 2 StarCraft 1 Lurkers would be impossible for this army to deal with. Zergling's getting ready for the wraparound. He's going to come in yet again. Gets himself a Hellbat kill, but a nice hot pickup from TY, who's keeping him very busy. Hatchery in the corner as well. Dark has been utterly insane in this game. Spore Crawlers do insane damage and range. He's going to try and build one in the main base as well. Ooh, Zerglings yet again with the surround. He's got to leave some units in the main, though. Dark's F2ing a little bit too much right now. A few colonies being built around the map. Very important to limit the drop abilities here as well. Having Hydras also does scare these medevacs because you actually have something that at least can take care of them. Giving up this hatchery is not a big deal. No reason to fight in such a choked up area. Dark goes for it anyway. Terrible idea. That Hellbat ruining his Zerglings in the choke point. Oh, man. I mean, he overwhelms, but at what cost, guys? He's down 1,000 resources in the units lost. That being said, he has so many hatcheries up, and look at his income. Look at his income right now. A massive amount of minerals. We've got spore colonies going down all over the place. He's got 7 workers on that 3rd, 6 on the 4th, and just a few other drones starting to pop out all over the place. More Hellbats and Marines coming across the map. TY trying to say, hey, you can't do it completely with mass Zerglings. Ultra Cavern's on the way, though. Adrenal Glands is now building, and he's got 2-2 upgrades against just +1. These Zerglings are getting better than ever. I think committing to the counterattack might actually be the play there and just tear that wall down. He's going to go for a surround again, but that is a lot of Hellbat Marine. Oh, he forces the pickup. Dude, I can't believe Dark is doing this with just StarCraft 1 Zerglings. These are cracked. The upgrade rush is really huge. If he didn't rush the upgrade so early, it might not have worked. No, he's trying to build spores because he's got no other mobile anti-air, no hydras. He has to have spores covering every single side. So he's just got to run these drones to a different base, maybe take some more gases elsewhere as well. I love the double upgrade Zerglings. I think double upgraded Lings into Lurkers is what I would probably try to play, but Dark's just skipping right past to the Ultras. His work account took a big hit there, but a lot more workers just popped out. He's back up to 58 now. Liberator's being so annoying. He's got to send these drones to other bases. He's got like 14 bases, but he's not mining. Guys, what's he doing? Dark's not moving his drones around. The spores finally cleaned it up. These drones should not be waiting for spores to clean this. You've got like so many bases. He can't deny all of them. Dark's building 4 Ultras. Chitinous plating is on the way right now. Remember, Ultras are more accessible. Dude, the range on this StarCraft 1 spore is insane. Look at that. Wow, it does so much damage, so much range as well. No reason to fight here for Dark. This is a nonsense engagement. That is such a dumb idea. You've got Ultras popping. Why would you fight right now? This is exactly what he did in the show matches as well against, I think it was Curie he was playing, right? Oh man, why would you fight like that? That made no sense. Dark just is addicted to these mass Zerglings, and unfortunately it leaves him wide open to Libs and wide open to that Hellbat Marine Ball once it gets together the numbers to take him down. Liberator's going to be really good versus Ultras. Remember, StarCraft 1 Ultras only have 400 hit points as well. He's going to come with the Ultras. Remember, they don't have splash damage. 3 Ultras on their own does not beat that army, dude. This is just brilliant play by TY. Going for the Marines and the Hellbats. He's been on 2 base for a very long time. He eventually got the 3rd up, but Dark was just way too reliant on mass Zerglings with nothing else. No mobile anti-air, whether a Spire for a couple Scourges or a Hydra Den. And, of course, getting these Ultras out. There was no reason for him to fight with those Lings on the other side. Oh, man. Imagine if those Lings were ready to, like, counterattack and stuff. That was a disastrous decision, dude. Because the thing is, like, mindset-wise, all you should be doing is buying time right now. You can tell Dark just, like, kind of lost the plot a little bit from the Liberators. The Liberators were screwing with him so hard. He should have just grabbed these drones, moved them there. Grab the drones off this base, move them down here. He's got so many bases. And rather than trying to build like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Spore Crawlers, why not just move your drones to a different base and make some actual mobile anti-air tech? So definitely don't feel like Dark's playing this correctly. I feel like he's so good in some of the fights and so good at getting some advantages, but then he just doesn't swap off of the mass Zergling style. And it works the same as mass Zergling in StarCraft 2, where it's really good if you get just the right engagements, you get the big surrounds, but there's always a certain point where you need to transition to a better unit, in this case the Ultra. And if he waited for those Ultras, then went for that engage, I mean, that could be a totally different thing. Likewise, if those Lings were counterattacking, there's no way TY could commit to this push right now. But he just gave up about 100 Zerglings, and that loses him the game. TY tying up the series 1-1. All right, well, TY wins with StarCraft 2 Terran. Dark wins with StarCraft 2 Zerg. Now we're back to the original rematch. We're on Daybreak now. And, oh, they are doing half minerals, by the way, guys. This does not have the StarCraft 1 resources. Maybe the last one didn't either. Half minerals on these bases, which means it's very important to get out to like a 3rd. I would say that favors the StarCraft 2 races, because it's easier for the StarCraft 2 races to expand than it is for the StarCraft 1 Terran, especially, to expand. So that's going to be bad for TY, because about 8.5 minutes in the game, mineral patch 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here are all going to disappear. You're going to lose half your mining, and that means you have a lot of pressure on you moving out to get this 3rd base either in the middle or down the bottom. Dark showed us a very cool style that last game. I feel like he was about 70-80% of the way to showing us exactly how to utilize those Zerglings' power. Oh, damn, there's a camera here. I never noticed that before. Cool little camera on this map. Probably back because when I competed on this map, I was playing on such low graphics that this probably didn't even shot. This was probably just a blank bit of wall. Are there any shops on this map? If we look around the edge of the base, you've got like some exhausts or something. Yeah, I don't think this map really has like much of a cityscape in terms of like shops or anything, right? You've got like a little biome here, a little greenhouse in there. You've got security cameras. You've got some trash all over the middle of the map, some different like power boxes, some steam vents. This isn't really the map that has like gun shops on it or like bars or anything like that from what I can see. There's no like billboards anywhere, just like a little street light here. Wait. Is there a security camera on this side as well, guys? I don't think so. Oh, unfair map, man. Unfair map, bro. So it's going to be a quick factory on after the command center. 1 barracks expand for TY. Meanwhile, Dark, he's going to go for a hatch gas pool, but no link speed this time around. Looks like he might try to go straight roaches for the defense. Second factory is on the way for TY. We can see on the production tab, his scouting SCV does get intercepted by these Zerglings. And that third base going down to the north. A good scout for TY, just confirming he's not getting all in straight away, but he better send that home. If he wants that to survive, he needs to click that home right now. The barracks is lifted off. I definitely think keep the barracks around, and getting a bunker of Marines can still be very useful. I think that SCV barely makes it home. First vultures on the way. Third... Oh, I thought that would be a third factory. He's going dropship. Why would you go dropship, guys? Do you think that's specifically so he can actually... I mean, you wouldn't go Wraith, would you? I guess you could get a single Wraith to deal with Overlords. Just to deny scouting, but otherwise you could try to just do a Vulture drop and spread Spider Mines through the worker line. I don't think Spider Mines will activate on eggs or lava. If they can, that would actually be a pretty good way of using Spider Mines to blow up drones. Roach Warren coming in, no link speed for Dark. He's got 27 workers, TY's on 32. It's a pretty early build-up of roaches. Oh, check it out, guys. He's not going to go Spider Mines. He's going to go Ion Thrusters first. 50% movement speed boost for vultures, which is massive. But no bunker, no marine production means he's wide open to getting killed by this roach pressure. 9 roaches are going to come across this map very early. TY, you need to get across this map. I think he's waiting for 3 or 4 vultures, and then he's going to try and do a 4 vulture run by and kill all the workers. But the roaches are starting to spill out. Ravagers already being morphed. If he doesn't move out now, he's in trouble, man. He's building a tank at least, but without siege mode on the way. I don't know if that's going to really help out. Wait. Oh, that's a dropship. That's not a tank. Never mind, guys. I'm not used to those StarCraft 1 graphics in the production tab. I was like, it's a weird-looking siege tank. Yeah, it's because it's a dropship. Roaches coming in. Vulture's going to have to pull back. He quickly builds a Wraith just so he has something that can fight against these roaches. But no bunker, no spider mines. He's dead. I think he's just dead. I don't see him surviving this. Even if the vultures kill every single drone, can he survive? Unlikely. Vulture's going to try to go in. Oh, the wall off. He's going to have to load it to the dropship to get inside that main base. SCVs and Vultures trying to fight against these roaches. One roach goes down and needs to pull back up the ramp. Pull back up the ramp, TY. Oh, TY's SCVs are actually tanking really well, but he's got to get up the ramp. Meanwhile, Vulture drop's going to go into that main base. The queens aren't there right now. The Vultures are going to go in and start massacring these workers. This is huge, but a little bit of overkill is being used. Vulture going to start to push back the Overlord. These guys need to just shift-click down all of these drones. TY doing a really good job. The Roach Ravager has to get more damage. He's going to lose so many drones at home. The Vultures are going to try and fight. There's a Siege Tank out now as well. Siege Tank and the Wraith doing what they can. 2 Vultures surviving. They're going to ferry to the other base. A lot of drones did go down. Meanwhile, the SCV count's almost completely removed from this natural expansion. Dude, Dark's on move command! He's on move command! Oh no! The Biles are being dodged as well, and the 2 Ravagers and 1 Roach left, which means this is probably defended. This Vulture not really focus firing. He got 7 kills. It's going to go down, though, and that means that and the dropship will fall as well if he doesn't micro it away, but actually he does micro it away. Well done there by TY, and the Siege Tank and the Wraith will finally defend. Remember, the Wraith has a very weak anti-ground attack. It's a little blaster. He's going to use these 2 Wraiths to slowly shoot the Ravagers back, but it's going to take a while to finally pick those off. 29 workers for Terran, 45 for Zerg. I mean, that's got to be a lead for Zerg, simply because the 3rd base is full. The natural and the main desperately need to replace their workers. I don't know why he transferred extra workers to the 3rd when his other bases are undersaturated, but it is what it is. Looks like the Wraiths are hanging out. One of them goes back to repair right now. The other one clearing the Overlord in the middle of the map. That's pretty good. Supply blocking Dark to slow him down while you recover your economy is really big. So we've got Spider Mines on the way right now. We've also got Cloak for the Wraiths. Just going to allow them to be a little bit more annoying. I don't know how many it's going to take to 2-shot or 1-shot drones, but he's building a 4th Wraith, so denying Overlords is pretty good. They're not a bad anti-Mutalisk unit. Oh, Spider Mines could do some good damage, and he's going to finish that Roach off. Spider Mine does like 120, 130 damage, and then the Vultures just finish it off with their auto attack. Very well done. Fighting for this Watchtower, man. Spider Mine's doing a pretty damn good job. And the Wraiths helping secure that. 10 more drones are on the way right now. There's 6 Queens with the 7th one building. But the Wraiths, their cloak is almost here. Let's see what these Wraiths can do in tandem with these Vultures. Vultures dropping Spider Mines. Is he good at Siege mode? I don't think he has Siege mode, but he's just going to attack with Spider Mines and Wraiths. Cloak comes in. Oh, he's going to start focusing down one of the high energy Queens. The damage is so low, but their little pew-pew lasers will eventually be getting through these Queens. Eventually. The Vultures, the tanks, the Marines coming in. The Vultures are doing actually really good. The Spider Mines, if he pulls back a little bit more on the ground, it could be good. But oh no, that Spore Crawler came up and 3 Wraiths go down so quickly. Oh, if he pulled back a little bit sooner, I think that would have been so much better for TY, but he stayed too long. He let a Spore Crawler build literally in the middle of the fight. And that is such a big problem as the Queens just blasted him out of the skies. Queen with high energy does pull back. The Spider Mine's doing pretty well, man. The Spider Mines are blasting the Queens. Is TY actually going to get a win with StarCraft 1 race? I hope so, guys, because like I said, I feel like the StarCraft 2 players are a bit favored. The races are a bit better in the early stages, so we don't get to see the really overpowered StarCraft 1 stuff as much as I'd like. But TY actually just did a massive amount of damage. And even though he's held, he's got a 3rd command center almost finished. He's building a 4th one. He's still going to be very hard to deal with in the middle of this map as these Wraiths come in here and do, I think it's like 8 or 9 damage a shot. Not a huge amount, but it does push back those Roach boys. 55 drones for Zerg, 48 for Terran. Infestation Pit goes down. 1-1 upgrades are coming in. Meanwhile, vehicle weapons for the Terran are also coming in. He's floating his 3rd out. Remember that main being half mined out? It's so important for him to get a 3rd and then a 4th base. Also, no planetary fortresses in StarCraft 1, so you can't rely on those. He needs to get into tank production and get that siege mode up, which, of course, he has now. He's finished that. 3rd base goes down. Workers are there. Engineering bay coming in as well. It's going to allow him to build missile turrets. Remember, it's a very convoluted tech tree in StarCraft 1, and the upgrades take a very long time to upgrade. So it's one of those things where you kind of go, oh, StarCraft 1, there's all these overpowered things. But then you remember, like, hey, to make +2 vehicle weapons, you need a science facility, right? So you need to build a starport, then build a science facility, right? To make, you know, ghosts and nukes and stuff and all those upgrades, you need to get the covert ops attachment to said science facility. Or you can go for the physics lab, you know, all these different things. Like, there's so many different bonus upgrades and things. And StarCraft 2 is a little bit more streamlined in how it goes. Now we've got on the upgrade, that is the Goliath Hellfire Missile Pack in case there's an air swap. Bunch of Goliaths being mixed in. I guess he's expecting a Mutalisk tech switch. TY is playing really safe here with turrets. I guess because that's one of your big weaknesses, but because he already has Wraiths out, I was not expecting it. And in fact, it's not going to be that. It's going to be Nidus Swarm Host as a way to throw those free units at the StarCraft 1 Terran. That makes perfect sense, right? One of StarCraft 2's best kind of efficiency units is the Swarm Host. Every 40 seconds, you can throw out a pair of Locusts. They are flying little boys that can swoop down to do insane damage. And you can, 40-second cooldown on the ability. The Locusts themselves last, I think, 20, 21 seconds. So it's actually a very hard ability to stop, especially without planetaries to help defend these bases. First Nidus Worm goes up on the bottom as the Overseer comes in to swap the spot for that. It's only 6 Swarmos, though, right now. 9, sorry. 4 more are being built. TY's about to hear it. The screech of the Nidus Worm. Here we go. Let's see how much damage this first wave can do. It's going to be very hard to deal with. At the same time, Nidus Worm goes up in the back door. There are Goliaths and Wraiths nearby. They should be able to deal with that, even though the Wraiths do almost no damage. Locusts coming in. Spider Mines getting set off by some of those. And you can see those Locusts just doing a huge amount. Wraiths finally do manage to deflect the Nidus Worm in the main, down the bottom. Mostly lost mining time, not too much direct damage, but there's Mass Roach Ravager behind it, Zerglings as well. He's not making any melee upgrades. There we go. Finally, the melee upgrade does kick in for Dark, and the Wraiths shoot that Overseer down. +1 vehicle weapons is on the way for the Armory. Second Armory is building right now. Trying to get rid of the Nidus Worm in the bottom. This is a good move for TY. He's just got to be worried about the big shove through the middle now. There's going to be a massive Roach Ravager Zergling. No Baneling Nest, though. It's all about the Locusts. Can they find damage? These tanks are unsieging and running away. Very good choice. Wraith starting to try and clear some of these Locusts before they land. And the tank's sieging a little further back. Maybe not the best idea. Oh, tanks, got to be careful not to friendly fire. And you know what? So far, not losing too many units. Swarm hosts are normally meant to be a tempo unit. They're meant to find damage sooner rather than later. But so far, he's not really been very successful. That being said, Dark has a hive on the way. I don't know, man. It still feels to me like, because Dark has this special ability to just win games at any moment. The 2 supply siege tanks are massive. That's why you can see, of course, the supply is so low here for TY. He's even got a Valkyrie in the mix. He's got to get more tanks, though, I feel. Like, just in case the basic ground army is going to otherwise cause him too much trouble. But having Goliaths in the mix is good. Oh, he's got to be careful. Unsiege the tanks, boy. Okay, he's going to unsiege the tanks. He's got a lot of vultures, which will do decent damage, but 1 tank goes down, make it 2. A bunch of vultures go down, the Goliaths as well. The tank's going to re-siege here. Bile spreading across the front line. And you can see just how efficient that sort of move is for the Zerg. Swarmos are just going to be brutally oppressive. How do you deal with it? Honestly, I do not know. I feel like science vessels need to have already been here by now. If he could come in and start just popping some irradiates across this army, maybe that would be the difference maker. But he's spending money on like Valkyries, vultures, tanks. It really feels like the mass turret and Goliath that TY's overcommitted to the threat of air, just because he knows that's such a weak point of his style. And then as a result, he's nowhere near prepared for this Locust Ravager. Goliath goes down in the front to this wave. A few more vultures going down as well. Bile's going to force those air units to spread. I guess the Valkyries do deal with the Locusts. That's why he's getting them. So if you get like 5 or 6 Valks, you can shoot down the Locusts, forcing them to land straight away. And if they have to land earlier, then tanks can shell them down. Okay, this actually makes a lot of sense. Doesn't have any ship weapons upgrades though just yet. Spider-Mine's still going down. The supply locked at 130. Meanwhile, Dark is at almost maxed out. Lurkaden's there. He's got the Spire coming up. He's got so many choices in terms of what he wants to do next. Zergling tries to take out that SCV, but of course, 68 point SCV manages to get the work done. Queen in the north does go down. More Locusts coming. Where are those Valks and Wraiths? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, big Spider-Mine at least. Losing a few Vultures, not as bad as losing Siege tanks in the back. These tanks shoot incredibly slowly. Slower than StarCraft 2 tanks, but they do massive damage to armored units. Wraiths and Valks rotating around. The Wraiths are cloaked right now. I guess he's just trying to stop a Nidus Worm getting in to throw Locusts into his main base. I wouldn't mind this angle down the south getting hit, even if it was just a few Locusts harassing the worker line from there. Could be huge. Zerglings running down the south. Gonna find these Vultures. If they get us around, they could take him down. That's a big if, though. Oh, he gets it. He gets it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Vultures struggling as they just get surrounded and taken out almost instantly. Queen's pushing back the Wraith Valk in the main base. Here we go. More Locusts on the front lines coming in. Turrets, siege tanks. Gonna clear all of that. Bunch of turrets do go down, though. Ling's getting onto the 3rd mineral line. TY's on the back foot. Irradiate's been upgraded, though, guys. Science Vessels starting to enter the fray, and that's the unit we were waiting for this whole time. If you can get out a lot of Science Vessels, you will destroy 3/3 ground upgrades on the way as well. Is there an answer to the Science Vessel? Well, you can always abduct them, right, with your Vipers. You can always parasitic bomb all these air units, would be really big. There are already Vipers out, and I don't really know why they're just chilling. They're kind of just hanging out back there like Dark's forgotten about them. I really feel like Dark should have a lot more urgency in this game on really exerting himself on the opponent. Double Spire, Ultra Cavern Tech's on the way. Locust, that wave's going to get really big damage. Nice parasitic bombs on the Valkyries. Huge parasitic bombs. Oh, that's massive, mate. Gets a bunch of tanks for the Locust. Gets rid of a couple of Valks, and all the Wraiths are deep in the orange and red now. Bile spreading across the front line from those Ravagers. The air units do manage to survive, though. Nice. SCVs coming forward to repair. More tanks, Goliaths, and Wraiths are being built right now. I've been waiting for this game for so long, guys. The game where a player with the StarCraft 1 units actually gets to late game, but he's not building a lot of Science Vessels. He's got Comsats coming in. You do want to put all your Comsats on a control group so you can easily scan. Otherwise, it does get kind of annoying. Zerglings denying that southern base from being taken. Locusts up there in the main. And they will expire in a little bit, so he's just going to lose a few factories, lose the 10 turrets that were there. Nidus Worm trying to go up. This is great harassment. Roach run by as well. These are all cheap expendable units or even free units in the case of those Locusts in the main base. But the Nidus Worm does finally go down. Does it though? No, he left it there. Oh god, he left the Nidus in his main base. TY. Okay, finally cleans it up. Roaches do take out the Comsat. Oh, no, he's going to burrow them and just be massive nuisance. As annoying as he possibly can. Okay, he's sick of defending. He's going to try and attack. Watch out for the mass bile, though. The Ravagers, the biles across the front line are hard to deal with. You've got to make sure you always have 1 or 2 tank siege to use that range. Oh, look at that guy. His parasitic bomb on the science vessel, as I was pointing out. He irradiated both of these Vipers, but it looks like they've been transfused or something. Dude, did Irradiate get nerfed? I think they nerfed Irradiate. Guys, I think they nerfed Irradiate. It's meant to do like 300 damage over 30 seconds or so. Oh, it is still going. Just feels like the damage tick is a little bit slower here. Nice transfuses so far. Does manage to keep one of the Vipers alive, but a science vessel goes down. That's awkward. TY going for the big push. The StarCraft 2 tools have been too good, but there we go. He does manage to shoot down that Viper with the Goliaths. The Goliaths and tanks coming forward. The Ravagers, the Queen's trying to defend right now. He doesn't have any tanks sieged. That's a lot of tanky Queens up there. The tanks trying to siege mid-fight, but those Locusts coming in from the north, and TY getting rocked by Imber. Free Swarmos. Let's look at the units last tab. 8,000, 9,000 resources more efficient. The Ravagers being so useful, and those Vipers as well. I mean, maybe if you get Science Vessels earlier, Irradiate's an amazing spell. It does AoE around that unit, by the way, as well. You can see he used an Irradiate there and forced the Locust to split, but even then, he just splits the Locust. They still get some damage. And then the Ravagers just so good at slowing down this advancing front line. Fascinating to see. Turns out, guys, maybe the StarCraft 2 units are just better. Maybe. Are the players playing wrong? Are they just better? We're going to find out. That's 2-1 to Dark. All right, guys. So, I mean, if we're alternating races, if Dark loses this game to StarCraft 2 Terran and then wins the final game, we basically have proof that at least in this matchup between these two players, StarCraft 2 always wins. But let me know if you guys have been watching a lot of this mod. Does that hold up? In your experience, what you guys have seen, or is this just Dark plays StarCraft 1 Zerg way worse than StarCraft 2 Zerg? You know, is that all that's really saying? Is he just way too good for TY's StarCraft 1 Terran? It does to me feel like the StarCraft 2 races are a little bit better, all things considered, but we'll see how we go. Much quicker gas pool this time around. Looks like a Ling speed rush, maybe so he doesn't have to deal with the Reaper quite as hard. I didn't mind the mass circling style, and I actually think he did a good job of securing the victory, or at least a good position, until that big attack he took at the most obvious weak point in the entire game, when Dark chose to attack into Mass Hellbat on the other side of the map. Mass Hellbat Marine, that was a ouchies. All right, guys, he's going for a Ling Rush. Oh, and he's getting 2 racks Reaped, though. Okay, so he's going 6 Lings, Ling speed, and then he's going to move down to expand in a moment, I imagine. Are we going to build 2 more Lings or a drone next? 2 more Lings! Problem is, this is going to be fully walled off. I mean, unless you can surround the first Reapers, maybe you hide your Lings, and then the Reapers get to your side of the map, and you run in and kill the depot before he can repair it. That's the only way I can imagine this working. Because you're not going to get there before the first Reaper arrives. You're going to get there about that same time. So I'd love to see him just wait. Just hide, but... Oh. The Lings are just going for it. He's just going to shove in. He's just going to shove in, guys. Oh, wait. Is he waiting for... I think he's waiting for the Reaper. Yeah, okay. So he pulls back. He's going to wait for the Reaper. Reaper's going to move out. And he moves in. He moves in. He's going for it. No, he's waiting. He's realizing, no, not going to work. Second and third base go down. He's pulling back with the Lings. 2 more Lings are being built, but damn, this opening really has not worked out for Dark. I think he was hoping to play against a blind 1-Rex expand, and then he would just kind of catch him, Reaper on the wrong side of the map, run in and kill the command center. It's not going to work out, though. Reaper already gets himself a drone kill. These 2 Lings with Ling speed, though, are going to chase it out. He kills a Reaper in the middle of the map. Ooh, that is very sexy. Okie doke. Leaves a few Lings on the high ground. We'll be able to get this Reaper as well. Nice grenade to buy himself a second of time, but he does go down. So 2 Reapers have died for 1 drone. Behind this, it should be nothing but drones. 2 more Zerglings are being built. Oh, we can kill the add-ons. Add-ons on the outside of the wall as well. So you can get rid of both add-ons. Super worth. And pull back the weak Zergling if you want to be super pro. Beautiful. Pull back, pull back. Oh, that one got killed by the grenade, but that's okay. Really good pullback so far. Nice. Gets the reactor in the tech lab for 1 Zergling. Beautiful play. Drones coming in for Dark right now. This is awesome. Promising start for Dark, but remember, he's way behind. He's going to go out for a 4th base now. 25 workers for Terran, only 20 for Zerg. No third command center just yet. Factory's on the way. We do have an Overlord going into the base. The Zerglings here trying to buy a bit of time on that Overlord. But there is no third command center, just a factory. And seeing that, he should be pretty confident that he knows what's happening. 16 workers on minerals, 3 on gas. Lair's going to start up along with a second gas nice and early. I'd love to see a Hydra rush. I think you need a Lair to get the... Actually, I'm not even sure if you need a Lair to get the Lurker upgrade. But I really would love to see Lurkers. I've seen a surprisingly few number of players playing StarCraft 1 Zerg use the Lurker. I really wonder if the pros just have not checked the unit stats, because it's insane. It's such a good unit. Reaper moving to this left side. Marines hanging out there. So it looks like Hydroden, third gas. I think we are going to be seeing the Lurker upgrade as the first thing out of this. Reaper's going to poke across this map. He will find the fourth hatchery, but fourth hatchery in itself doesn't really tell you that much. It's how many drones are on the third and the natural. We can see it's dead even in workers, which is very good for the Terran. But let's see how much impact that actually has. Ooh. Reaper's going to jump up on the high ground. Hydroden is there. No upgrade started just yet for that Hydroden, but seeing that alone is huge. The question is, what is the answer? What is the answer for TY here? There we go. You can see the Lurker upgrade on the way, guys. Lings will take care of the Reaper. All right, Lurker upgrade, 57 seconds. And we should be seeing our first Hydras coming out soon as well. Already building a creep colony on the front, probably for a defensive sunken. Bunker getting built at home along with a turret. Very early turret, I guess, to help deal with Lurkers. But to me, I mean, that seems a little bit turtley. I guess better safe than sorry. Still, only 4 Hydras are being built here. I guess the first one's already out. So, okay, a total of about 8 Hydras. Yeah, you run forward and Lurker bust this, especially with these add-ons exposed on the natural. You can definitely clear the wall off. There's no reason to overcommit, though. And we can see the Queen's Nest is on the way along with the Evo Chamber. Overlord speed coming in as well. I think Dark needs to realize, though, if he wants to transition off the Lurkers, drone. And drone hard, man. Where are those Hydras? Starting to morph Lurkers out here in the middle of the map now. First 3 Lurkers are on the way. Spent a lot of gas on Queen's Nest, Overlord speed, this sort of stuff already, though. A little bit earlier than he probably should have. Now, as the Liberator comes in, a few Hydras need to be built defensively to deal with that. Or he can maybe grab 1 or 2 of these Hydras and send them home. Spore colonies is not the way to deal with this. Absolutely not. It flew past him, but he didn't seem to notice, guys. He's doing nothing but building Lings. Feels like Dark thinks he's doing some sort of Lurker Ling bust, but TY scouted the Hydroden, so he's ready for that. Liberator getting massive damage on that side. Liberator comes in the natural as well. Huge amount of damage coming in. Double drop coming down to hit the front at the same time. Beautiful harassment here for TY. Just giving Dark so many problems. Dark has shown he just doesn't keep much anti-air on the field. And I know Hydras aren't a great combat unit, but having them, a few of them for anti-air is actually not a bad idea, especially when you're playing this style. There we go. Hydra starts pushing that Liberator back. These Marines in the main base, a big problem right now. Lurker's going after it, but the Liberator is doing so much damage. Lurker runs in and tries to burrow, but it gets killed before it can burrow. TY is all over him. Dude, TY is massacring that StarCraft 1 Zerg. StarCraft 1 mincemeat. GG. All right, well... Guys, if Dark wins this game, then we know that StarCraft 2 is Ember. Because right now, he's up, or tied up 2-2. He's won both games as StarCraft 2 Zerg. TY has won both games as StarCraft 2 Terran. But of course, the final game is going to be decided just the way it started, with TY on StarCraft 1 Terran. And that is a big disadvantage from what we've seen so far in this series. I mean, he made it kind of competitive and closer to a few points, right? But what can he do to take his opponent down? And I feel like, dude, do like a 3-Rex. Marine, Medic, Fireback, Bat. Like, get in there and do something to take the fight to Dark. Will that actually work? Not if he goes Roaches. But what if you one-base it? Oh, double barracks on one base. Yeah, okay, so he's going to go for a bio push. This is the sort of clutch move you need to do. You got to do something a bit out there, a bit more aggressive, a bit more in your opponent's face to start things off. Also, if you do an SCV pull, 60 SCVs, man. 60 SCV boy pool could actually, 60 hit point SCV boy pool could actually be massive as a follow-up to that. Now, unfortunately, you don't get any Reapers or Marauders, but Marines to start the day. Now, His gas is pretty late for a 1-base build. He's got a lot of minerals you can see here. I imagine we're going to see an academy at some point for upgrades, which is why I was expecting gas a little bit earlier. He's already making the academy. Third barracks is going to go down now as well. A couple of marines building. Extra depot at the front. This overlord will get a little bit of scouting, but it's the second overlord that Dark sent out, not the first. If the first overlord scouted him, that would be really unlucky. Now, TY is going for an SCV scout. He's also going to scout in the wrong direction, so he's going to take forever to find Dark in this top left side of the map. Dark's going for a standard hatch gas pool build. And I think it's like 150 gas to get the uranium-238 shells +1 range on your marines. I think that's the name of the upgrade, right? U-238 shells. I could be wrong. Otherwise, the academy also unlocks medics and firebats from actually being buildable. Both of which I want to say are like 100 minerals, 75 minerals, 25 gas, something like that. Stim's on the way as well. Okay, he's going to go stim first. Marines and firebats get stim. That's going to take a while to upgrade, guys. But that's going to allow him to build up his force. First medic on the way. Marine here. Remember, the Marines have 45 hit points. Unlike in StarCraft 1, they only have 40. They balance that for this mod because if 40 hit point units just get destroyed by Protoss way too hard, Adepts and Oracles would basically free win them. This does mean these StarCraft 1 Marines are, I feel like pre-upgrades pretty similar to StarCraft 2 Marines. Once they have stim, I actually have no idea how they compare. I think they're pretty similar overall. But the firebats that join in, the medics healing them so early in the game is what makes that so powerful. Because imagine if you had stim marines in StarCraft 2 at the 4-minute mark, 3-minute mark, 4-minute mark, but they've actually already got healing. I mean, that's very, very powerful. SCV pull! SCV pull! As I said, guys, just go for a big old all-in. 9 SCVs times 60 hit points equals 540 hit points. He's going to get spotted coming across this map. I wouldn't mind him committing to that. I really think he should have committed to that kill, and he will. He'll get it. He's going for it. He's going for it, guys. Ling speed's coming in. Queens and Lings. No spines, no Roach Warren. No spines and no Roach Warren. Uh-oh. Watch out, man. Here comes that StarCraft 1 Terran. Be patient on the stim. There we go. The boys are here. Ah, that's the stuff. Injects those stimmies. The Firebat doing so well. The Marines are smashing. The SCVs are tanking so nicely. One of the Firebats went down, I think, but there's still one alive. The Queens are getting wrecked. Those SCVs on the high ground are getting absolutely toasted. Just got to try and keep those units together. 2 Firebats still in the natural. One of them deep in the red with 5 kills does go down, but that main base is getting slaughtered. The StarCraft 1 stim push absolutely smashing. Oh, the Lings. But there's no drones left. It doesn't matter, guys. Dark's going to spend his last minerals to rebuild 4 drones here. Yes, he defends, but all you need to do is group up and go again, because you've got 14 workers. You're still building Marines, SCVs, Firebats, and what's he got? A bunch of Zerglings, but these 2 Firebats will wreck you, man. These 2 Firebats, which look hilarious, by the way. They look so funny. They're so small. Whereas the StarCraft 2 Firebat they put in the campaign is a big chonker. More of a Marauder-sized guy. They do have dual flamethrowers in the StarCraft 2 campaign. Looks like these guys do as well. Yeah. They've got dual flamethrowers on both hands. The dual flamethrowers, and that they're both double nozzled flame turrets on each wrist. The Lings are there. 6 drones back up, 2 more building. But damn, I love that TY has done this, because I was getting so sick of just seeing StarCraft 2 win every game, but I feel like Dark just completely disrespected the timing here. Oh, I like the counterattack. But he lowers the barracks, and that's going to be a problem there. Wall off is complete. Even pulled SCVs as if he needed to repair them. He would have been ready for that. Ling's going to go after this medic. That medic may get caught. Oh, good micro. Firebat saves it, though. Firebat saves the day. Oh, does it, though? Does it, though? I'm surprised he didn't turn around to save those units. Losing a Firebat and a medic, that was kind of sloppy, man. He can't let the spine get up. Oh, the Lings come in. The medics of the Firebats getting surrounded. One of the medics barely alive, but no, that's good enough. The Queen goes down. The Ling goes down. The Spine Crawler will not get up. And TY does it for StarCraft 1 and says, we can win 1 of 4 games. 1 of 4 games. So, don't get me wrong. StarCraft 1 still looks weaker than StarCraft 2 in this show match. But let me know if you guys think it's balanced, or I mean, this is obviously just Zerg versus Terran. I really haven't seen enough of the other matchups to know what's good and what's not. You know, watching MC just spam Reaver drop it looked good until he just got overwhelmed, but I still feel like no one really knows what the optimal ways are to play in this mod just yet. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you next time. Goodbye and good night.